Welcome to the Daily Tanya. Today is Tuesday, the 26th day of Sivan. Let's begin with Tzedakah, Gedela, Tzedakah. Shemakareves is Geula. Tzedakah brings Mashiach closer. So we are continuing chapter 7 in Shar, Hayichud, והאמונה. We discussed the idea of Tzimtzum Shaloi Kipshutai. And when we're saying that Hashem removed his light to create the world, it doesn't mean literally. Really, Hashem is still here. In our the revelation is not by us, but the presence of Hashem is still in every detail in this world. So the Rebbe goes on to explain now another concept that it says in the Kabbalah, the idea of the encompassing light. There is the filling light and the encompassing light. SOVEV ALMIN and ALMIN. The idea of SOVEV ALMIN, what does it mean, the encompassing light? There is the light of Hashem that came about to create the world, but it is encompassing. This is the light that is responsible for creating us something out of nothing. But it is that light is beyond our ability to comprehend, understand. It is that is why it is called, like, it's an encompassing. It's surrounding us. And the Memalekal Almin is the light that fills and gives us, each individual, the particular energy that we can identify with, that we can connect to, that we can understand. And that is the Memalekal Almin that fills the world. So, if we're saying that there is such a light that is called SOVEV ALMIN, encompassing, so it sounds like, sort of, that this is encompassing and not in this world, maybe. So it sounds like this is like Tzimtzum Kipshutai, that Hashem literally removed his light, it's just encompassing. And the Alter Rebbe explains, no. He says really it is encompassing, but it is not like our understanding of encompassing, like human encompassing. And he gives an example, the difference between God's thoughts and human thoughts. When a human thinks about an object, you think about a table, let's say. So that table now is in your mind. It is encompassing. You're encompassing that table. But the table is not actually in your mind. The table is somewhere in the room. But when Hashem's thoughts is not like our thoughts. God's thoughts that brings it to being, into being, is the actual thought. The being of the table is God's thought. So Hashem's thought is in the table. So yes, it is encompassing, it is beyond our understanding, beyond our grasp, but it is, Hashem is there constantly. I mean, a little example that can be given is when a child has an imaginary friend, or a writer that has a fictional character and he creates a character in his mind. So then the character is in your mind. And the thought is actually creating that character with him. And that thought is gone, the character is gone. So this is just a little bit to understand a little the concept. Obviously it's not the same, but this is just to understand a little bit what it means, that Hashem is the SOVEV ALMIN, encompassing all light. So let's see what the Alter Rebbe says inside. Says the Alter Rebbe, and this is also the meaning of he encompasses all worlds. This does not mean to say, heaven forbid, that God is not found within the worlds, but merely encompasses them. like those people who would say tzimtzum kipshuta, that the contraction, the removal means literally. So absolutely not. Rather, pirush, derech moshel, כשהאדם מזבנן באיזה דבר חוכמה בשכלוי, דבר גשמי במחשבתוי, this means by way of analogy. When a person reflects upon an intellectual subject in his mind, or upon a physical subject in his thoughts, אזי שכלוי ומחשבתוי מקיפים על הדבר ההוא המצוי במחשבתוי או בשכלוי. Then his intellect and thought encompasses that subject whose image is formed in his thought or in his mind, inasmuch as they are found within his thought and mind. However, but that doesn't mean, but the object is not literally in your thoughts. They, his intellect and thought, do not encompass that subject in actual fact. They merely encompass his image of the subject, not the actual subject. When one envisions a table, the actual physical table is of course not found within his brain. It is merely its image that is encompassed there. But when we're talking about Hashem, talking about God, God's thoughts is not like our thoughts. The Holy One, blessed be He, however, of whom it is written, for my thoughts are not your thoughts. His thoughts and knowledge of all created being actually encompass each and every creature. For God's knowledge is verily its life force, and that which brings it into existence out of nothingness in actual reality. So God's thought, unlike man's, thus encompasses the actual subject of his thought, in this case, all created beings. It brings about their creation and continued existence, even though it does not descend to their level and become internalized within them, but remains in an exalted state. Because the ability to create something from nothing is only within the power of Hashem, that is beyond limits and beyond finitude and beyond infinity. As we said yesterday, but Hashem himself is not spiritual and not physical. He is beyond them. That is the encompassing light. But yet, that encompassing light of Hashem is still in each and every creature, and that is certainly something that gives us much encouragement to know that Hashem, with His essence, is in each and every one of us. So this is the end of today's shir. Minutes Hashem. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.